Good afternoon. My name is Luvinda Simiani from the Planning and Research Department in the Office of the Solicitor General. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair and Honorable MPs. My name is Jeffrey Mukasiami from Control of Internal Audit, Ministry of Finance.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, members of the committee, and good afternoon, Pika Town Council. My name is Joyce Kubanza from Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mumbasaka from the Ministry of Finance and National Planning, Office of the Accountant General. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretariat. Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. Good afternoon, our witness, Maksoti Kaizmai from the Office of the
Everyone, my name is Miyoko from Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon to you and honorable members. Good afternoon to Elijah from the Office of the Clerk of National Assembly and you. Thank you so
much. Chair, thank you very much and good afternoon, Pika Town Council. I am Singombe Edgar. I represent the constituency and compliments of the season. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon to you. Afternoon, everyone else, especially in Pika Town Council. You are welcome. I'm Muhamba Mwene, Member of Parliament for Mangango constituents, and I'm a member of this committee. Thank you.
Thank you and good afternoon, Honorable Chairperson. Good afternoon, Pika Council, and you're welcome to your committee. My name is Enot Kamondo. I'm a member of Parliament from Fumbo constituency in North-Western Province.
Thank you, Chair. CS and your team from Pika Town Council, good afternoon. Kalowopa Vyuma is my name. I represent the good people of Sakere constituency, Kitwe, the Copper Belt.
Good afternoon, Chair. Afternoon, Pika Town Council, and welcome to your committee. I'm Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwanza, Member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency in Kitoke district. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Witness, my name is Christopher Shakafuso. I'm a Member of Parliament for Mandevu. So you're welcome to Mandevu constituency, as well as the committee. I'm Vice Chairperson of the area. To you, I now invite you to make your presentation.
Thank you very much, Chair, and make a presentation, Chair. Allow me to give additional submission in terms of appendices 10, 11, and 12.
Please go ahead.
So, Chair, I don't know if you can allow me to proceed now.
Yes, proceed.
Thank you very much, Chair. Yes, our report is in two parts. The first is under cross-cutting issues. So on the audit findings, which is part A, the first query was on budget, income and expenditure. So allow me, Chair, to proceed direct to the cause of query, which is on page 3. Management acknowledges the auditor's observation on the failure to collect the revenue and wish to report that the adverse variance of 1,744,093 was as a result of non-collection of owners' rates, licenses, and permits as indicated on table 2, which was caused by various reasons as detailed below. So, below there is a table indicating the debt name, amount due, and the reason why Pika Town Council did not didn't collect the revenue. So the first data is Tazama share, which the company which is appearing under local taxes. The amount due is 164,562.80. The reason why we didn't collect this revenue share is that when we raise the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Energy has indicated, so the PS indicated that Tazama is a public infrastructure and cannot be levied on ordinary rates. Hence, they did not accept the bill, and I think the communication is on Appendix 1. Then the second one share is Tazara company, which awarded Pikatan Council under during the period under review, 2,210,580 kwacha. So the reason why we didn't collect this revenue share is that failure to pay due to liquidity issues. Note that in 2023, Tazara and Impika Town Council agreed through a consent judgment that Tazara should pay 3 million and was further awarded a remission of 40% for 2023 bill of 2,210,580 kwacha, translating to 1,326,801 kwacha, 28 way, and this is shown on appendix 1, 2. So number 3, chair, other ratepayers, the amount due is 267,461 kwacha, 14 way. The reason why we didn't collect share, I think there was a resistance to pay by ratepayers. So action taken. The council took some drastic measures to ensure the uncollected revenue in 2023 is collected in 2024, including invoking Section 24 of the Rating Act, number 21 of 2018. The table below gives an analysis of the action taken and the outcome. This is appearing on Appendix 1. So, Chair, on Tazama, the permanent secretary actually the same response which is indicated under the reason why we didn't collect. Then on Tazara, again, the same issue of the consent judgment which the council signed with the company. Then on other ratepayers, the council has engaged the bailiff, and actually the outstanding amount was collected through the bailiff. I remember measure share on page 5. Management has ensured that interventions are put in place, implemented accordingly in order to improve the collection efficiency. Further, only realistic and attainable targets will be put in the annual budget. So number 2, the deliverable targets / outputs not achieved. So allow me, Chair, to go straight to the cause of query. Management acknowledges the findings of the auditors and wishes to submit that the council had encountered various constraints when trying to achieve the desired results as detailed in the table below. So the first program, Chair, is a management support and services, and the target was to train 10 officers, and out of that we managed to train 8, which are translated into 80%. And the cause of query was that the 2 officers were not trained due to financial constraints. Program number 2, public health and environmental protection. Cause of query, management acknowledges the auditor's observation with regrets and wishes to submit that the planned number of refuse bays to be constructed was 4 and not 40. Management constructed 2 refuse bays out of 4 due to inadequate resources. Program number 3, public order and safety. Cause of query, management could not undertake the remaining activity due to transport challenge. Program number 4, housing and community amenities, cause of query. The council could only maintain one park because there were works being carried out at the other park, such as the construction of a canteen and a fence for the third park. It was still, sorry Chair, for the third park, it was still under the contractor who was carrying out the road works. Program number 5, economic business development. The cause of query, the council did not participate at the Muchinga Provincial Expo because the event was indefinitely postponed. Program number 6, which is the last program, resource mobilization and management, cause of query. The billing system was to be procured by the ministry in 2023 but only implemented in 2024 to Mpika Town Council. Action taken. The first program chair, the action that management took was that the 2 officers not trained in 2023 were trained in 2024. Appendix 2 refers. Under public health and environmental protection, action taken. Management constructed 2 ratios based under the 2024 budget. Appendix 2 refers. Number 3, Chair, public order and safety. Action taken. The council conducted more sensitization on planning and building regulations in 2024 through the recruitment of the part-time building inspectors, and this has led to compliance, resulting in the council gaining the planning authority status. Appendix 2 refers. Under housing and community amenities, the council has started maintaining the 3 parks and gardens. See Appendix 2. Under economic and business development, the council did not participate at the Muchinga Provincial Expo because the event was indefinitely postponed. Appendix 2 refers. Under resource mobilization and management, Chair, the ministry has engaged a vendor to provide the revenue management system with all local authorities, and Mpika is already on board. Appendix 2 refers. A remedial measure on Program 1, Chair, management to ensure enough funds are sourced in order to implement the approved annual training plan. Number 2, Chair, management will procure more waste bins under the 2025 budget in order to manage waste properly. On Program number 3, Chair, the council will continue conducting sensitizations on planning and building regulations to its residents to ensure sustainable development control in the district. On our Program number 4, Chair, the council will ensure that all the parks and gardens in the district are maintained to enhance recreational activities in the district. On Program number 5, the council did not participate. Actually, it's the same response, Chair, which is appearing above, that the Muchinga Provincial Expo postponed this event indefinite. And the last program, Chair, the council will ensure that the billing system is operationalized and maintained immediately the vendor engaged by the ministry has concluded the installation. Query number 6, Chair, was on environmental management, failure to conduct environmental impact assessment. The cause of query, the council acknowledges the observation made by the auditors. The council has no approved environmental project brief for the current dump site being operated. This is due to the fact that the dump site has been in operation before the enactment of statutory instrument number 28 of 1997, which provides the environmental impact assessment regulations as cited in the Environmental Management Act number 12 of 2011. Action taken. The council has considered moving the dump site to an appropriate location because the current dump site is proximate to the central business district and has been encroached. In addition, Chair, the council has identified appropriate land for setting up the new dump site. The land has been planned, approved, and awaiting numbering by Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources before the commencement of the environmental impact assessment preparations. See Appendix 3. A remedial measure, Chair, to sustainably manage the waste at the dump site, the council conducts a regular compaction. Query number D, Chair, management of local government equalization fund, 20% for capital projects. Cause of query: management acknowledges the audit findings and wishes to submit with regret that the project was not implemented as the funds were borrowed to finance some recurrent expenditure due to financial constraints. Action taken: management, however, wishes to submit that funds have been sourced to implement the project in question and works are going, and right now the works are at 75%, scheduled to be completed before the end of the first quarter of 2025. See Appendix 4. A remedial measure: management to ensure that the project is completed and become operational before the end of the first quarter of 2025. Chair, allow me now to proceed to cross-cutting issues or findings. I will start with Appendix 2, which is talking about budget, funding, and expenditure. Cause of query: management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's observation made on the variance on the budget performance. The negative variance of 1,988,481 kwacha was as a result of under-collection on local taxes, licenses, permits, and grants in lieu of rates due to various reasons, as tabulated in Table 2 above on page 4. The table is provided, Chair. Further, management wishes to state that 634,447 kwacha unspent amounts were committed funds since the local government equalization fund for the month of December 2023 were received late. Action taken: management has taken necessary steps to collect the outstanding funds by way of engaging bailiffs on property rates and issuance of demand notices on all outstanding bills under property rates, licenses, and permits. Further, management wishes to state that 634,447 kwacha unspent amounts were committed funds and was all spent in the month of January 2024. See Appendix 5. A remedial measure: management shall ensure that the necessary measures put in place are implemented accordingly in order to improve the collection efficiency. Appendix 10, Chair, irregular cash withdrawals. Cause of query: management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to submit that the council made cash withdrawals using council's bank agents to facilitate payments for various beneficiaries without bank accounts such as WDCs and councillors' allowances. Action taken: management has taken note of the auditor's observation and wishes to report that the council has stopped this practice and records are available for verification. See Appendix 6. A remedial measure: management would ensure that responsible officers comply with regulations. Appendix 12, Chair, failure to secure properties with title deeds. Cause of query: the council acknowledges the observation made by the auditors and wishes to submit that the properties were not put on title because they were not surveyed at the time of auditing. Action taken: Management wishes to submit that the properties have been surveyed and the survey diagrams are yet to be delivered to the council for us to apply for the title deeds. Further, the council has received a circular from the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development requesting local authorities with untitled properties to submit the list of those properties so that the ministry can facilitate it through the National Land Titling Program. See Appendix 7, Chair. A remedial measure. The council will ensure that all the properties belonging to the council are put on title. Appendix number 23, poor management of waste. Cause of query. The council acknowledges the observation made by the auditors and wishes to state that the observation is true and correct. The dump site being operated by the council has not been fenced and some waste has not been buried due to budgetary constraints, and Section 34(1) of the Solid Waste Regulation and Management Act number 20 of 2018 prohibits intentional burying of non-organic waste, which is the most frequently dumped waste respectively. Action taken. The council has been engaging the Ministry of Local Government and the Rural Development seeking financial support towards the fencing of the dump site. The ministry has responded and resources have been allocated to this facility under the 2025 national budget allocation to the ministry. The council has submitted the BOQs for construction of perimeter fence, material recovery facility and toilet at the dump site. Further, the council has been conducting periodic compaction of waste at the dump site. Attached are pictures of the recent waste compaction activities at the dump site. See Appendix 8. Remedial measure. The council will continue to periodically conduct compaction of waste at the dump site. Appendix 27, Chair, failure to install and maintain street lights. Cause of query. The council did not implement the maintenance of street lights because of inadequate resources during the period under review. Action taken. The council has so far maintained 55 street lights on 3 roads, namely Mpika Boys, Musakanyakombe Drive and Tazara Road, with the funding from CDF 2023 and the 2024 local authority roads grant. The council has also allocated funds under the 2025 budget from the local authority roads grant and CDF to maintain the streets. See Appendix 9. Remedial measure. The council will ensure that enough funds are allocated in order to maintain and install street lights in the district. Appendix 28, failure to settle statutory obligations. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings that the odds a combined sum of 19,937,762 kwacha is correct. However, the council's financial position was not sound enough to pay the debts on time. Action taken. Management has an agreement with ZRA to pay a monthly sum of 15,000, and so far the council has paid a total of 75,000 to date. The council has further engaged NAPSA for a land debt swap that is yet to be concluded as per attached documents. See Appendix 10. Chair, Appendix 10, I think that's the additional, it's one of the additional submissions that we made. As for LASIF, the statutory body has engaged the ministry on recoveries at source, making the current contribution up to date. Remedial measure. Management will endeavor to broaden the revenue base to enable us commit enough funds to dismantle our debt. Appendix 29, failure to settle staff obligations. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings that council owed a combined total sum of 4,840,938 kwacha to its current and former employees in form of terminal benefits, leave days, long service bonus, and settling in allowances due to financial constraints. Action taken. Management wishes to report that despite the financial constraints, a total of 1,089,206 kwacha has so far been paid against the amount queried, bringing the balance to 3,359,702 kwacha. See Appendix 11. So, Chair, Appendix 11 is also among the additional submissions that we made. A remedial measure, management shall continue to prioritize the dismantling of debt owed to its current and former employees. Appendix 31, Management of Local Government Equalization Fund. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the audit finding that out of the available funds of 1,525,964 kwacha, the council spent amount 461,655 kwacha on the implementation of 3 projects, leaving 1 project valued at 1,064,309 kwacha unimplemented, as noted by the auditors. It is regrettable to report that this amount was not spent to complete the project in question, as it was applied to pay recurrent expenditure, with a view to reimbursing the amount when funds are made available. Action taken, Chair. Management, however, wishes to submit that funds have been sourced to implement the project in question, and works are ongoing, which are at 75% scheduled to be completed before the end of the first quarter of 2025. See Appendix 4. I think this query, Chair, I think we are referring to Appendix 4, which we have already provided. A remedial measure, management to ensure that the project is completed and become operational before the end of the first quarter of 2025. Chair, allow me to move on to Appendix 32, which is the last appendix, failure to transfer funds to capital account. Cause of query. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's observation as correct. The 20% capital component was not transferred to capital account in totality in months when the council could not meet the wage bill as top in view of transferring the funds when they are raised. However, due to increasing wage bill, the council could not manage to make good of the borrowed funds during the year under review. Action taken. Management has since started reimbursing, and so far a total of 170,000 has been refunded. Management will continue refunding the borrowed funds. See Appendix 12, which is among the appendices that we just distributed, Chair. A remedial measure, management shall ensure that all the borrowed funds are reimbursed. Chair, I submit for the committee's consideration.
Thank you very much, CS. And before I allow points of clarifications, I want to state that my name is Mishek Mtetu Wanyambose, Chairman Member of Parliament and Chairperson of the committee. You are welcome, as it was done by my vice. At this point, I would like to ask honorable members of Parliament to ask or to seek points of clarifications. Dr. Mwanza.
Thank you, Chair.
Can pull the mic.
We can refer to page 8. Management of Local Government Equalization Fund. Mpika Town Council received 12,412,488 in the year under review as a Local Government Equalization Fund. This is evidenced from page 2, where there is a budget income and variance. So the income that you received was 12,412,488 under Local Government Equalization. And according to the guidelines, you're supposed to apply 20% of this fund for capital projects. Council planned to implement a total of 4 projects valued at 2,800,000 kwacha. My question is, why did Council plan to spend 2 million instead of spending 2,482,497.6, which is basically exactly 20% of the 12 million that you received? Why did you decide to spend 474,000 less? The second question is, you say out of the available funds of 1,525,964, Council spent amounts totaling 461,655 on the implementation of 3 projects, leaving 1 project valued at 1,064,309. My question is, you implemented 3 projects valued at 461,655 combined amount, and 1 project was not implemented because you borrowed the funds and used the funds on recurrent expenditure. You have referred us to Appendix 4. We can go to Appendix 4 to show details of projects that have been implemented. Now, Appendix 4, I just see a picture that is saying an implemented project. In the description, you said the works are at 75%. My question is, why, as Mpika Town Council, decided to hide technical and financial details pertaining to the part expenditure of the 20% for capital projects as part of their submission? I am not sure, and I don't even understand on which projects did the council spend on the 461,655. We have no details of the projects. So the question is, why did the council decide to give technical and financial details of the mentioned projects?
So you can take those 2. Thank you very much, Chair. I will start with the last question. In terms of the projects that, the 3 projects that the council implemented, actually, yes, there are 3, and the first one was just the completion of the fence for the canteen, and the second one is actually the canteen itself. It was completion, and the third one, it was just the block making. We were just finalizing the works. We had already procured the block making, but we are just concluding the remaining works. And then the project that we didn't implement, Chair, it's the new fire station that we are constructing, the one that we have actually provided the pictures. So, but coming back to the question to say, why didn't we provide, why didn't we provide the pictures of the completed projects? Chair, we thought that maybe the issue was on the uncompleted project. That's why we only provided the pictures for uncompleted project. However, your management can submit the pictures for the project that we completed through the Secretariat if your committee allows us. Now, in terms of the 20% local government equalization fund, to allow me to invite DF just to shed more light.
Thank you very much, Chair. The question, it was loud and clear, and we appreciate your consent, Chair, that we only budgeted for the 1,525,000 instead of budgeting for the all 20%. That has been noted, but Chair,
Actually, the budget, it was including all the 20%. I think that's how the budget was budgeted for. But just as the auditors observed to say that out of what we were supposed to transfer to the capital account, we only transferred a bit of it, I think because of the reason which we submitted, Chair, because of the financial constraints. But the actual budget, as noted even by the auditor, it was the whole amount, the 20%. But unfortunately, the other amount was not actually transferred, and that actually impacted on us failing to now implement the project which was supposed to be implemented. And that's what now we are trying to justify, to say funds are now being organized so that we are able to implement those projects. Those projects actually up to now are not implemented because of the funds, but which efforts now we are making so that we are able to do the implementation of the projects, Chair. So I submit.
Follow up on the same. Dr. Mwanza, then the Vice Chair.
Thank you, CS, for elaborating as to why you didn't give the technical and financial details. But if you look at the question, you are saying you did not provide typical details for 3 projects that have been implemented, because the question was only an implemented project. Now, if I look at the details of the unimplemented project, where you are saying management acknowledges the audit findings and wishes to submit with regret that the project was not implemented as the funds were borrowed to finance some recurrent expenditure are due to financial constraints. So the action taken, you have just given us a picture on Appendix 4. Now, the question that we have is, just from this picture, we don't even know what type of building this is. We don't even know the cost of this particular building. Who is the contractor? Is it the council that is constructing this building? So the details, why still you did not provide the typical details of this unimplemented project, when you are saying you have sourced the funds and you just give a picture? So you need to answer that. Then you've sourced the funds to fund this particular project, and the works are at 75%. What is the origin of these funds?
Okay, before you respond, this is a follow-up. I'll ask the Vice Chair to make a follow-up.
Just to emphasize on the last question by Honorable Dr. Mwanza, you are saying you have sourced funds and the works at 75% completion. To the contrary, you have only paid back 170,000 out of the borrowed funds. There was a reason why government capped the equalization fund, the 20% only, because councils had a tendency to pay themselves money, and the government allowed you to pay 80% to go towards the operation and salaries, and only capped 20% for service delivery. You still went ahead and got this money meant for service delivery, which you are failing to pay. Where have you gotten the money to reach 75% when you have only paid back 170,000?
Thank you very much, Chair. Let me start with the question from the Honorable from Mandev constituents. The 170,000, Chair, that I talked about, actually it's the money went for NAPSA. It's not for the 20% capital component. And in terms of where we have gotten the money, Chair, we advertised for plots, and actually when we advertised, we received an overwhelming response. So that's where actually we got the money. We sold the plots, and out of the proceeds, I think we managed to secure some funds for the completion of the first station, because we realized that the first station is a very important facility, which I think which will enhance service provision in terms of fire prevention. So that's why we agreed as management to say, out of the funds that we have realized, let's secure the funds that we borrowed so that we complete the first station.
Followed up by the Vice.
Mr. Chair, let's go to page 15.
Page 15.
It's the same query as on page 8. You are saying the 170 was for NAPSA. You kindly read for me the query on appendix 32.
Appendix 32, Chair.
Yes.
Management wishes to acknowledge the author's
No, the query. Read
Oh.
the query.
Or the failure to transfer funds to capital account.
Yes, now read the action taken.
Okay. Management has since started reimbursing, and so far a total of 170,000 has been refunded. Management will continue refunding the funds. See appendix 12.
How do you reconcile your area statement and this statement here? Because it's the same query.
Exactly. So allow me to invite DF to.
Yes, you can be helped by
Before you invite DF, you are the one who submitted that this 170 you paid to NAPSA. Now I'm asking you, here you are telling us that you've only reimbursed out of this money, which is the same query.
No, actually, Chair, I just...
help us to reconcile.
Sorry, Chair, I think let me apologize for responding in that manner. I thought I didn't actually pay attention to this figure, but I think the question that was actually I was correct. But now allow me to invite Director of Finance.
So you are withdrawing your area?
Yes, Chair, I'm withdrawing my area response.
Thank you very much, Chair. Just in addition of what the principal officer had submitted, when you look at the two queries, they are all in the 20% administration. The other one is about how much was rightfully submitted to transferred to the capital account. It came to 1,525,000. So out of this, only the three projects were utilized, and then 1 million was not utilized because the money were used. So this is where now we are saying out of this 1 million, that's where the money which was meant to complete the same fire station, that's the money which we are saying we have already sourced and we are already implementing the project. Now the other query which is now on page number 15, Chair, is about transferring. We used to transfer, you transfer maybe 20%, 15%. So according to the computation here, out of the 20% which was supposed to be transferred, only the 12% was transferred. So the 8% was not transferred to the capital account. These are the monies which we are saying now. We are now busy transferring so that we top up, and we are going to identify other projects which were not benefited, not the first station, Chair. I submit.
Vice Chair.
I agree with you. Before the act was repealed, it was a must that you should have provided this service to the people of Mpika. What you should have done, I know the act has been repealed, is to refund that money and apply it. But now you have sourced other money, well and good, to complete the project. So you should have paid back the money and commit it to the project. That way it reconciles the two statements. Unlike what you are saying, we've sourced elsewhere, the best was to pay back and apply the money where it was supposed to go. I submit, Chair.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Chair, you seem to be an accountant. You are educating us and our officers. You take note.
Yes, sir.
You borrowed. You're supposed to pay back. After paying back into that account, because this one you use it. Sure. But you are getting the monies you have sourced direct to the project. So as it stands, this money is not yet reimbursed. Correct?
Thank you very much. We have taken notes, the wise counsel and guidance. Yes, we will try to...
Dr. Manza, on the same? Okay, just on the same, Dr. Manza.
I'm still interested in this same one implemented project, the fire station. What is the total cost of this fire station? And have you engaged a contractor? And what are the contractual period of?
Okay. So, Chair, I think in terms of, yes, the contractor, we have engaged the contractor, Panisa, but on the details in terms of the total cost of the project and also the contract obligations, allow me to invite Director Engineering to shed more light.
Thank you, Chair. So in terms of the total cost is 2 million. And like he said, the CSR said we have engaged Panisa, but initially it was done in phases. So for the current phase, the total cost is what has been indicated, which is 1,664,309. And the outstanding works as at the moment is tiling, painting, drilling of a borehole, and equipping it with a storage tank. And also some external works such as fire is very important, so we have to do another storage tank, underground storage tank, which is bigger than the overhead tank, and also the soakaway and the septic tanks. Those are the remaining works.
Are you able to avail the contract?
Yeah, Chair, at the moment we didn't come with the contract, but we can avail it through the Secretariat. Through the Secretariat, Chair.
Okay. Secretariat, take note. We need to see that contract. Now, okay, on the same? Honorable Kamondo.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. On the same project, actually, when we look at page 8, I'm sure we are talking about the same, the action taken. Management, however, wishes to submit that the funds have been sourced to implement the project in question, and works are ongoing at 75%, scheduled to be completed before the end of first quarter 2025. See Appendix 4, the one which we are looking at. Now, remedial measures. Management will ensure that the project is completed and become operational before the end of first quarter 2025. And I also wanted to know whether, when submitting actually the contract, you're also going to show us actually the interim payment certificates to show exactly at the stages the way they were making the payments. So maybe when you submit that, you also add that one so that we're able to be comforted. Because when you say first quarter of 2025, and also you have described a certain scope of works that are still remaining, it doesn't comfort this committee, because without that, then what information would this committee rely on?
Sure.
So it's just an appeal that they will be submitting, all that information should come forth.
Sure, Chair, I will definitely do that.
Yeah. Last one on this one was my observation is the level of impunity by the local authority to borrow money without authority. My question is, when you are borrowing this money for recurrent expenditure, 1 point something million, did you get authority from the Ministry of Law Government that you are constrained, you want to borrow and pay back later? Did you get that permission?
Yeah, no, Chair, we didn't obtain authority from the ministry.
What do you think is the right thing to do, and why did you neglect to do the right thing if it is to get or to sort authority?
Yeah, Chair, you are right. That's why I think even in our submission, actually we regretted the action that we took as management, because we realized what we did was not right, and it's something that shall not repeat in the future.
We are a committee that monitors, so I want to assure you that the seriousness that we apply, we shall see whether you will live by your word. Next time in your response, especially pertaining to this response, you are talking about the unimplemented project, which is the fire station. But in the text, you didn't mention the fire station, that this is the fire station and at which stage and the amounts that you wanted. So you just showed us the appendix that this is the unimplemented project. Professionally, you are supposed to indicate that this unimplemented project is a fire station. Others, the three that have been implemented, however, the three are the following, because you are live and the people of Mpika want to confirm what you are saying, that the block making machine, the other program, the projects you have mentioned, they want to know.
Yes.
So you must mention them in your text as you are explaining. Then the unimplemented is a fire station which is attached on appendix so that it flows.
Thank you very much, and we appreciate your guidance.
Thank you.
To make some improvement.
Honorable members, any further questions?
A point of clarification. Maybe on the failure to secure properties with title deeds, which is on page 10.
Page 10.
Yes.
Before we go to page 10, I want to ask one of you to send a note to your officers to send us a copy of the contract of the same project through a WhatsApp.
Okay.
So that the other hard copies can come later. You have your officers in the office. One of you can do that.
Sure.
So that we close this matter.
Exactly, Chair.
And the IPCs they can send us.
Okay, maybe for the IPCs, I think Director Engineering will engage the deputy. Then for the contracts, I think we came with a procurement officer who is behind. So maybe I think we'll make the arrangements after this interaction, Chair.
Well, since he's here, I thought he was not here.
No, he's here.
Okay. So procurement, help us after this to send us the copies. Page 10.
Yes, Honorable Chairperson, I just wanted to find out from CS over this issue of the title deed, where you are saying that the ministry also, like on page 11, action taken. Further, I think the third line, further, the council has received a circular from the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development requesting local authorities with untitled properties to submit the list of those properties so that the ministry can facilitate through the National Land Titling Program, see Appendix 7. I wanted to find out, because when I look at this, there are some that are not paid for and some which are not submitted. So my question is, when did you submit according to the instructions that you received from the ministry? Because you were told you submit the titles or the land which is not titled so that they can help you to facilitate. So I wanted to see at least the communication which you communicated back to the ministry after having done that. Because what is here, actually, maybe you can explain the meaning of what you have just put here. It's not somehow speaking to the communication back to the ministry. What is it that you submitted, and where are you? Or have you been informed that they have made some progress? And if there is some progress, what type of progress has been made? Thank you.
Yeah, exactly, Chair. Thank you, Chair. I think the attachment which the Honourable Member has referred to, it's just the guidance which the ministry provided on how we should submit this information. But I think Chair, we regret to inform you that we didn't attach the correspondence to the ministry. However, I think it's the document which we can also submit together with the contract and the other documents which the committee has directed us to submit. And in terms of date, we just actually submitted immediately we received the circular. And I'm sure I saw that the madam from the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development is not in the department which deals with these issues, she could have confirmed.
On page 10, irregular cash withdrawals amounting to 323,010 kwacha. What prompted the council to go against the secular guidance to use cash withdrawals, to do cash withdrawals, unlike as guided by the secular, to send the money into individual officers' accounts or beneficiaries' accounts?
Yeah, thank you very much, Chair. On the irregular cash withdrawal, yes, Chair, you are right. The council abrogated the regulation. And the reason why we are prompted to take this action is that some WD members who were coming for who were coming for the programs or activities did not have bank detail or bank accounts, and also some councillors who did not have bank accounts. But after realizing that what we did was wrong, we directed all WDCs and the councillors to open the bank accounts, and actually they have done that. So from I think 2024 onwards, we draw using our bank agents. We are paying direct into their bank accounts, and those who do not have bank accounts, actually we are using mobile numbers, just like they were implementing Cash for Work program, Chair.
At the point that you realize that the WDCs who were coming had no accounts, were not registered with the bank, did you seek for authority from the provincial local government officer or the Ministry of Local Government Permanent Secretary that we have this calendar program with the WDCs? We seek your permission to allow us to draw money because we don't have, they don't have accounts, or you just said this is nothing, let us go ahead, we shall tell them that this is what made us? You said you regret. Why do you want to be regretting when the law is very clear? Did you seek permission from the two offices, the one near you, which is the provincial local government officer's office under the ministry, or if not, why not the permanent secretary, Minister of Local Government? Before you respond, is a follow-up.
Honorable Chairperson, actually I'm dismayed by Mpika Council to tell us that even some councillors didn't have bank accounts. You and I, Honorable Chairperson, we are aware that the councillors this time, they have actually a salary. And I don't know how those councillors were being paid if they didn't have bank accounts. So could maybe the council secretary or town clerk elaborate further?
Council secretary.
Council secretary. What really happened? Because at that time, all of us, we know that the councillors now would have had their salary. Correct. And then most of the salaries were going to these accounts. How is it? Does it mean that even councillors also had a similar problem, together with those maybe from what development committee? Because these need to be separated. Otherwise, then it was just out of negligence.
Sure, Chair.
Before you respond, yes, you should be waiting for my guidance.
Sure, Chair.
This secular we're talking about is for 2022. 2022 secular government guided, and it is law. I wanted to add to what Honorable Kamondo said. Why?
Yeah, Chair, in terms of, I think, providing a response, I will still go back to the regret that actually that I made to say, I think we erred as management to facilitate payments using our bank agents, and something that I think it shall not repeat. And then on the part of councillors, I think the allowances that we're talking about, these allowances when they came for meetings. So that's, yeah, so these are the allowances that we paid. However, I think it's a
yes, you are worsening the situation. Should have ended. When I have an account coming, a salary coming from the council, you pay me a salary through my account. Are you aware, for your information, my salary from Parliament is paid through an account. I attend a workshop, they pay through my account. So those allowances to councillors who have accounts already with the council, why didn't you use the same accounts? This is what we are asking.
Yeah, I think, Chair, on that one, the only thing that I can say is just to apologize, Chair. Yeah,
now, this committee, CS, for any information, is a committee where we receive councils to just come and tell us we regret. We know the law, the government has put a law, but we are not going to respect it. We shall come and regret. What do you think should be the punishment to those who are abrogating the guidance from government should be? Lastly, or first, before the punishment, if at all it should come, what do you think the government was trying to cure by this law or this circular to stop councils from drawing cash? What do you think the government was trying to cure?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. In terms of what the government was trying to cure when this law is enacted, I think it was the issue of corruption and irregularities, Chair. I think that was, the reason why this law was put in place, to ensure that officers are not, misusing the funds in the name of paying this one and that one using bank agents. And so as I indicated, let me reiterate to say, I think on this one we have no further explanation as management. The only thing, Chair, that I would like to say on behalf of management, just to regret and seek for forgiveness. We erred as management, and it's something that shall not repeat. We have learned.
Any other submission, honorable members? No further questions. On behalf of the committee, I would like to thank you first for your appearance, but I would like to urge you to introspect seriously as you go back. This parliament or committees or the government has been put in place to ensure that public resources are safeguarded. Our role is an oversight to ensure, to check whether you are following regulations and your positions. Very simple. You have the qualifications. Your job is to ensure that whatever you do, you are backed by the regulation. CS, even in reporting for work, for any information, you are regulated. 8 hours, you report. 13 hours, lunchtime. 17 hours, you knock off. Everything in government is regulated. But unfortunately, Mpika and other councils are doing away with what the government is guiding you to do. I'd asked you, what do you think could have been the punishment or should be the punishment? Because we don't want to be a committee where people just come and rehearse, we shall regret and apologize. Regret and apologize. Why do we do so? So I want you to go back and reflect over this matter. We don't want to see these same queries in the year 2024. Go and put your house in order. All of you. Contract management, statutory contributions, they're supposed to be paid. Realistic budgets, don't inflate your budgets. So all these areas, all of you, you are in this together. So our role is to ensure that you follow to the letter the regulation. So we shall help you to do so. If you repeat yourselves, we shall recommend otherwise. So with these words, I would like to withdraw the immunity that I had conferred on you, and that you go back. Work starts immediately you reach home. Even as you leave this room, that mentality should come to an end. Let's do the correct thing for our country. With these remarks, I say, have traveling messes. Thank you very much.